dead of summer, as a kid, I refused to wear shorts. Now, hear me out. There is a reason. When I was a little kid, I only wore, like, thick jeans. Because you have to understand, I was born 1998. So, like, fashion, kids' fashion wasn't a thing for a long time. Like, you literally just wore miniature versions of what the adults were wearing. So, like, I walked around for most of my life in, like, crazy thick carpenter jeans. And the reason why I didn't wear shorts was because superheroes don't wear shorts. Alright? It's a fact. Look it up. Superheroes don't wear shorts. And that is why I didn't wear them. You walk out of the house, you're a superhero, obviously, and you want to look the part. And superheroes, I mean, to be fair, I didn't walk outside with underwear over my pants. However, they certainly were not wearing shorts. I thought they looked dorky. I thought they looked dumb, so I didn't wear them. I would just suffer during the summer and just sweat like crazy. And I remember one day, at the back of Jonah's property, there was this deer stand. It was like a little hunting stand. It probably went about 5-6 feet off the ground. Nothing insane, right? There's a little ladder, and you climb up, and we are just surveying the land, you know? He hops off the tower, because it's only a little jump for him. For me, it's like jumping off of Mount Olympus. I go to jump, and I jump off the hunting stand, and my pant leg from my thick carpenter's jeans get caught on the hunting stand mid-jump. So now I'm connected to the hunting stand. So what ends up happening is instead of jumping out and down, now I am now a pendulum. And I jump out, and now I'm swinging downwards, still connected by my pants. I crash into the hunting stand, and the force of that launches me back up. And at that point, releasing my pant leg from the hunting stand, and then I hit the ground. I was in so much pain. But you know what? Superheroes don't wear shorts. If you take away one thing from this video, I wasn't wrong, alright? Look it up. Do the math, alright? Most superheroes. No, I'm not going to cave. The superheroes that I watched, the superheroes that I knew, didn't wear shorts, alright? I thought they were dumb. Yes, I wore long pants in the summer. Yes, I wore them way too often. Do I regret it? Sometimes, yes. Injuries happen, right? Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not. I'm gonna talk about mostly mine because I think they're pretty funny. I remember the day I found out that I could no longer jump off of a swing set. And it was a sad day, sad moment. I was swinging on a swing, again with Jonah. He jumps off, easy, simple, no problems. There's some random dude on a motorbike in this parking lot. Alright, Chad. Just flexing on the losers. What the heck is happening? Why does he got his turn signal on? You're in a parking lot. What are you doing? You parking? You lost? You good? He jumps off the swing easy, no problems. I go to do the same thing. And when I release the chains, what normally would happen is that unencumbered, I'd fly through the air and land on the ground. What ended up happening is that I swing upwards, let go of the chains, and simultaneously the chains hit against my shoulders. Because my shoulders are too wide to pass through the chains, so I essentially let go of the chains hit my shoulders, and in a sheer moment of panic, it pulls me back to the ground, and I just wipe out on the ground. I remember when my friend Jake Fox almost killed me. Alright? So, childhood friend, Zach, you guys know him, you love him. I went to one of his birthday parties. It was probably his 9th or 10th birthday party. It was Star Wars themed. And there were these pool noodle lightsabers. But these pool noodles were a little different. They had a long PVC pipe on the inside of them, so that way you could actually battle with them. Super cool idea. And it was fun for the party. I took that home with me, though. And over the course of time, the edge of it, the top, started to get sort of worn away. So what you end up having is a pool noodle with a piece of exposed PVC pipe sticking out through the top. My friend Jake would sometimes come over to my house during the school week to do his homework. And my family had one of those weird collapsible like baby tunnels. There's no other way I can describe it. It's a weird baby tunnel. It's like covered in this weird like nylon. It's weird. But you used to crumple them up and like fasten them like in a little ring. And when you wanted to use it, you unattach those things and it turns into like this long coiled tunnel that babies could crawl through. I don't know who invented it or why. Okay, so now another person's on the bike. The plot's thickening. So why did they drive their car here? Oh, they're driving. Oh, the guy who brought the bike is taking the passenger seat. So is he teaching them how to use a motorbike? This could be fun. We could have some injuries right here, right now. I hope not. Me and Jake we're playing in the living room. And I don't know why we were fighting or we were throwing stuff at each other. But I stand inside of that tube thing. I stand straight up and down in it. So I'm perfectly concealed inside of this baby tunnel. You can't see me anymore. And he has that lightsaber thing. And we were kind of throwing it at each other, right? Bad idea. So the first thing that goes through my mind is I don't want him to hit me in the face because he can't see me and he's going to throw it. So instinctively, I crouch down almost all the way to the floor to protect my face. So now, inside the cylinder, there's just a bunch of empty space above me, so I could still be standing. He wouldn't know. He's got this lightsaber thing, and he's holding it like a javelin. And in his brain, he's thinking, well, I don't want to hit him in the face, so I'll just throw it at his feet. So he throws it like Zeus's lightning bolt directly into my face. And it hits me right below, like my eye, on my cheek, and it cuts it open a little bit. Because, like I said, it's just a freaking jagged piece of PVC. I didn't have to get stitches. We had to get this weird, like, skin tape to, like, hold the cut together. It was glorious. A couple years later, or maybe it was closer in time, we were wrestling on the floor. His head hit a corner of the wall, and he cut his head open. So basically, I mean, it's all fair, you know? He scarred me, I scarred him, so, you know, we called it even from that point, basically. I don't know what it was with me and pool noodles and PVC pipes, but I straight up almost killed a girl in gym class once. I almost ended her life. There were these pool noodles that were bent into like a racket shape, so they were just based like an oval, and taped with duct tape at the edge. But down at the bottom, where you hold it, there was a smaller piece of PVC pipe, which was essentially to act as a handle. So I go to hit the beach ball with this pool noodle racket. But what ends up happening is that little piece of PVC pipe that's up at the handle flies up through the pool noodle, ignores the curve, and shoots out through the top and sails across the length of the gym and nails the wall right over another student's head. And it was almost a Final Destination kill. Like, I almost Phineas Gaged her during gym class. I remember when I broke my arm. And I say I, but really, I didn't break my arm. My buddy James broke my arm. We were down in the basement. I'm trying to play the Wii. I don't know what we were trying to play, what we were going to play. I maintained that I was there to play the Wii. And for some reason, James decided in that moment that it was going to turn into WWE. So he jumps on my back, and he starts to wrestle. And we hit the floor. And I won't say too much because, you know, trigger warning if people are creeped out by this. we landed on my arm and it broke. I was fortunate enough, it wasn't the wrist, it was above, but it was bad. It was the most painful split second of my life. And I remember my dad had to take rulers and we like made an impromptu splint. And yeah, I passed out on the way to the hospital because the urgent care was not able to set it. So they just gave me some like painkillers, I guess, and like a temp cast. And then I had to get taken to the hospital to get an actual one. And that was fun. I felt so... James, God love him, he was by my side the rest of that day. He just felt so bad. But it was all good. It was all good. I owe him because having my arm in that shoulder cast really improved my frisbee throwing. Because every game I played until the cast came off, I had a more level swing. So we're all good. I never have the thought, oh, I want to hurt that person. It's more like, I just want them to get a comeuppance, you know? There was one instance, though, where where I got a little carried away. We were at a roller rink, and it was probably the third time I had ever been, like, roller skating. I was not good. I landed on my butt so many times, it was embarrassing. Like, I hurt myself a lot. There was this guy who was skating backwards. The way it was laid out, there was like a center area, I guess, and so you'd go in circles, right? This dude is skating backwards and effortlessly, like insane skill. Like, to be fair, this dude was probably in his 30s. Everyone else at the skate rink that day was in the, like, teens or less. So it was already a little bit like, dude, why are you here? You clearly live here. Because the man was just effortlessly skating backwards. And every time he passed me, he would do this. I have never wanted to stick my leg out and trip someone so hard in all my life. If there was any karmic justice in that moment, I just wanted that guy to just bite it so bad. And I felt bad for thinking that, but I was just like, oh my gosh, you are the living worst. I feel like I'm being circled right now by a motorbike, and I feel like I'm in danger, you know? Like I'm on someone's turf. I might need to leave. The sharks are circling. I remember I once took a tumble down the flight of stairs leading to my basement while holding a plate of food and a glass of chocolate milk. I was wearing new socks, and you guys know that feeling when you put on a fresh pair of new socks? There is nothing like it. It feels amazing. That first wear, I put those things on, and they're extra slidey. They're extra slick. And I had my food and my drink, and I was walking down the basement stairs, which are carpeted, but there's like 10 of them, 10 steps. And I'm thinking to myself, I literally had the thought, I should walk slowly so I don't trip with my food. Food, drink, everywhere. Just on the wall, on the carpet, food on the floor, and I just laid there at the bottom of the steps just like... Was not a good time. Would not recommend. I took this soccer class at a rec center when I was a kid, and I distinctly remember showing up to soccer class one day, and one of my coaches walks in with crutches. And it doesn't appear that he has any casts on, which is a little strange. Like, there's nothing on his feet, nothing on his legs, really. But he just comes into class on crutches. We found out that a goose had attacked him and apparently attacked him between the legs. I think probably one of the moments where I would have died was with my brother. And broom broom, I was going up our stairs, which are wooden, the upstairs ones. I'm walking upstairs, and my little brother, he's still wearing a diaper. He's that young. As soon as I get to the top of the steps, he takes one step back and goes, "Hee-yah!" And he kicks me right between my legs. I happened to be carrying a box of glass at the time. A box of glass. He kicks me, and I almost fall backwards off the steps, And my sister Lord walks downstairs, and as she walks past me, I'm just like, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. Yeah, my brother almost killed me. I could have died. I could have perished. Almost did. Don't hurt people, and if you get hurt, I'm very sorry. Injuries are no fun. But sometimes they're pretty funny. If they happen to you, and if you're the one who's able to pull any comedy from them. Because lots of times, in the moment, no, it's not fun. But, if you get a story out of it, it's worth it.